Hi fellow traders, I'm sharing my analysis of AUD CHF today, and this is not actually an analysis of AUD CHF, rather I have analyzed AUD USD and USD CHF. So if you have watched my previous video of USD CHF, you already know that I'm in sell position after this neckline was broken. This was the double top and this neckline was broken, and I had told you to calculate your target in two ways, either the classical target of double top or target as per this deviated trend line. So you can watch previous video of USD CHF. You can go to the news and analysis page and watch that previous video to understand. But now what I see is USD CHF is more likely to go even beyond this deviated trend line, even beyond the target of this double top. This is not going to stop around this 96.20 area because of the fast speed. Now the classic target of double top as well as the deviated trend line are going to coincide here around 96.20 area, but I think USD CHF is not going to stop here. There will be a bigger fall. Similar kind of thing had happened when USD CHF had made this big black, or you can say bearish candle. This was an engulfing bearish candle, and this engulfing bearish candle this time is even bigger. So obviously there will be continuation after this candle, and that will perhaps will take a short break around this previous swing low, or maybe will break even this previous swing low. But what I'm going to do now, why am I sharing all this? I'm just trying to show you that the CHF has become today very strong, and two other currencies are also very strong today, are even stronger than CHF today, and those two currencies are euro and pound. But I'm not going to buy euro or pound versus any currency, because euro and pound may be taking a short break around their previous tops. As per this upper border of the trend line, it should stop here, but natural resistance is not measured only as per the trend lines, but also measured as per the previous top, which is called a natural resistance zone. So maybe it will take a short break here, maybe it will retrace, or maybe it will reverse, nobody knows. There are other things which is telling me not to trade pound right now, not to buy pound right now, and those other things are, let me tell you. These two are those other things. RSI 5 is reaching the overbought territory very soon. So mostly when it goes around 80, it reverses back from somewhere around 80 on RSI 5. So, and I take the 5 period because it works very nice on daily time frame of pound, and also there are 5 days in a week. So pound is not the currency which I am willing to buy now. Now let's look at euro. The RSI even on the euro is very near to this 80 line, so it is going to be very soon overbought, and that is not the best scenario for buying euro. If I plot MACD here on daily as well, it is also showing uptrend, but because of overbought condition, I'll not consider this euro. So I have considered Swiss franc to trade today, to buy Swiss franc. Swiss franc is not overbought, not oversold. Let's look at the USD CHF. So I am going to buy Swiss franc again. Already I'm in the sell position of USD CHF. It means already I have bought Swiss franc, but again I'm going to buy Swiss franc. But this time I'm not going to trade Swiss franc against US dollar, because my one trade is already there in this, in Swiss franc and US dollar. So I'm going to trade something else. So let me find the another currency to make a pair and that another currency is going to be the second weakest currency today. If we look at last 2 days, Australian dollar has become the second weakest currency. Just let's look at today. Almost all currencies have gained against US dollar. Euro has gained, pound has gained, Australian dollar did not gain against US dollar, so this is weaker. New Zealand dollar is at equal situation today. After making this high and low, NZD USD is staying at the opening price. USD CAD has also gained, so we can say that after the overall movement of the day, Canadian dollar has stayed weaker than the US dollar. So we have found two currencies here which are weaker than dollar. One is AUD, another one is CAD. Swiss franc is stronger than dollar, and one more currency is Japanese yen. So we have AUD, CAD and Japanese yen, and if we further compare these three currencies among each other, then you'll find that the JPY is the weakest. For that you can see here. JPY is weaker even than Canadian dollar, because Canadian CAD JPY has a bullish candle here, right now. So JPY is the weaker, but CAD is slightly stronger than Australian dollar. If we go to AUD CAD, you can see this bearish candle. So AUD is even weaker than CAD. So that's why if we compare AUD CAD and JPY, we find that the Japanese yen is the weakest and Australian dollar is the second weakest. So shall we buy Swiss franc now against Japanese yen? No, because these both are kind of safe haven currencies. So instead of trading these two currencies against each other, we should find something else to trade against one of them. So now we look at the CHF JPY. This is already in the previous territory where price stays for a very long time. Last time price stays in this area for 7 days. Before this price stayed here for 4 days. Last time here stayed for like 5 days. So this area may show some reaction, and that can push it downside, or maybe it can consolidate and go to the sideways. So trading Japanese yen and Swiss franc against each other is never suggested. So what we have left on the table? We have left on the table is the Australian dollar as the third weakest, but we first, second are euro and pound. We have left on the table is the second weakest currency, that is Australian dollar, and the third strongest currency, that is Swiss franc. First, second are euro and pound, but we are not buying euro and pound. I have already shown you why am I not buying euro and pound. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Swiss franc and going to sell Australian dollar. So that is making a pair AUD CHF. I'm going to sell AUD CHF. So here we have the chart of AUD CHF, and let's look what's there on the AUD CHF. Why do I not directly analyze AUD CHF? Because any technical analysis on AUD CHF is worthless, because this is one of the least traded pairs. Therefore, you should look at the major pairs and the setups on the major pairs to determine the strongest and the weakest, oversold and overbought, everything. You should analyze all pairs, all major pairs technically, and then you should determine what to trade and what not to trade. So basically I'm not saying you to analyze AUD CHF, but now we will look at the AUD CHF just for making a trade. So I have already taken my sell position after penetration below this previous consolidation zone. If you look at this 1 hour time frame, this area was a recent consolidation zone. Let me show you by shading that area, inserting shape. Here I'll make this. Yeah, this was this recent consolidation zone where 1, 2, 3 and 4 candles almost traded. So in last 4 hours this was the area where price stayed, but now price penetrated below, so I have taken sell position already. Maybe there will be a little retracement to the upside, maybe 30% of the overall fall, but when it penetrated below it, I did not wait. I took my sell position, and I'm targeting equal to my stop loss. So from this point my stop loss is right here, the top of previous consolidation zone. This was the previous consolidation zone, and top is here. So I have risked from here to here 77 pip plus my spread, that is around 4 pip, so it is 81, and I am going to target 81 pips. So if I target 81 pips from here, what will be my take profit, and is it suitable? Of course it is suitable, otherwise I wouldn't enter the position. If there is less pips in the take profit, my reward, if it means if my reward is less than the risk, I rather sit on the hand, I do not take any position. So now let's calculate 80 pips from here. From here to previous top is around 80 pips. So previous top may be a support zone, but we should not think of any support or resistance zone on this time frame, this pair, because any analysis here is meaningless. Nevertheless, I have shown you that this is not contradicting with the previous top. If we look at the AUD USD and USD CHF, we have still there kind of 60 pips on the table. So if USD CHF will go and will even if take the break around here, CHF will cause at least 60 pips movement further from this point. And if we look at the Australian dollar alone versus US dollar, then we plot this chart. US dollar, here is Australian dollar. From this point, if previous top will be working as the resistance zone, because of course support zone, previous resistance is now going to work as the support. This is the natural support resistance determination style. So this high will be determined as the resistance zone. So this is still going to give us 72 pips. So maybe USD CHF will fall by 60 pips, or USD will fall by 70 pips. So then definitely there will be more than 80 pips movement to the downside on this AUD CHF. So my trade, which is now targeting 80 pips from this area, that is from 62.86, so I'm targeting around 62.06 is absolutely advisable. 62.86 should be the ask price, so bid price should be around 62.02, or in short I can say 62.00 is the next destination which I need to complete this trade. So that's all about this trade. Now if you agree with my analysis, you can take the sell position, because price right now is even above my selling point. So if you sell right now, you will be in better situation, 4 pips better price you're gonna get. Or if you think that there will be retracement, you can wait for the retracement, but do not wait more, because market is fast. Maybe you will not get a chance to enter after upward retracement. Maybe there will be no significant upward retracement, market may keep going down. That's why I've already entered. So that's it about my take profit. Here are the points very clearly. 62.02 is where I am saying that the price will reach. Here is my stop loss very clearly. Entry is this green line, stop loss and take profit. That's all. This is the trade which I am suggesting now. Thank you for watching.